Abraham Lincoln is reputed to have said that if he had 5 minutes to chop down a tree, he'd spend the first 3 sharpening the axe. That's exactly the right approach for big projects. Put enormous care and effort into planning to ensure that delivery is smooth and swift. How Big Things Get Done by Bent Flyvbjerg and Dan Gardner explores why many large-scale projects fail and how to increase the chances of success. The planning fallacy is a pervasive issue in project management, where project planners underestimate the time, costs, and risks associated with large projects. This happens due to cognitive biases such as optimism bias, overestimating the likelihood of positive outcomes, and strategic misrepresentation, intentionally underestimating costs and overestimating benefits to gain project approval. The authors emphasize the importance of detailed planning, risk management, and learning from past projects. They advocate for a think slow, act fast approach, where careful planning enables efficient execution. The book provides practical strategies and insights for managing large-scale projects effectively, making it valuable for project managers, policymakers, and anyone involved in big projects. The think slow, act fast approach, as discussed in How Big Things Get Done, emphasizes the importance of careful and deliberate planning, thinking slow, before executing a project quickly and efficiently, acting fast. Here's a breakdown of the concept. Think slow. 1. Define objectives and scope. Clear goals. Establishing clear, specific, and measurable goals for the project. This helps ensure that everyone involved understands the project's purpose and what it aims to achieve. Scope management. Establish the project's scope, including deliverables, boundaries, and limitations. This includes specifying what is and isn't included in the project to avoid scope creep. Ensure any changes to the scope are managed effectively and collect detailed requirements from stakeholders to ensure that the project addresses their needs and expectations. 2. Feasibility studies. Feasibility studies are conducted to determine whether a project is viable and worth pursuing. They help project managers and stakeholders understand the potential challenges, costs, and benefits before committing significant resources. Technical feasibility. Assess whether the project is technically viable and identify any potential technical challenges. This involves evaluating the technical specifications and requirements needed to complete the project. It includes understanding the technology, materials, and processes involved. Financial feasibility, cost analysis. Estimate the total cost of the project, including capital expenses, operational costs, and potential contingencies. Funding sources. Determine potential funding sources and ensure that adequate financing is available. Return on investment, ROI. Calculate the expected return on investment to assess the project's financial viability. Market feasibility. Analyze the market demand, whether there is sufficient demand for the project's outputs, products, or services, and potential customer base for the project's outcomes. Competitive analysis. Evaluate the competition within the market. This involves identifying direct and indirect competitors, assessing their strengths and weaknesses, and understanding their market positioning and identify potential market opportunities and threats. 3. Risk assessment. Risk register. Create a risk register that lists all identified risks, their potential impact, and likelihood. Categorize risks into different types, e.g. financial, technical, operational, external, to prioritize them effectively. Risk analysis. Perform a thorough analysis of each risk to understand its potential impact on the project. This includes risk identification, risk assessment, risk prioritization, risk mitigation strategies, ongoing monitoring and review. Key points of risk analysis. 1. Risk identification. Brainstorming sessions, involving the project team and stakeholders to identify potential risks, checklists, utilizing predefined lists of common risks in similar projects. SWOT analysis, identifying strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats that could impact the project. 3. Risk prioritization, risk matrix, plotting risks on a matrix to visualize their impact and likelihood, helping to prioritize which risks need more attention. Pareto analysis, applying the 80-20 rule to focus on the top 20% of risks that could cause 80% of the impact. For risk mitigation strategies, avoidance, changing the project plan to eliminate the risk. Mitigation, implementing measures to reduce the likelihood or impact of the risk. Transfer, shifting the risk to a third party, such as through insurance or contracts. Acceptance, recognizing the risk and preparing contingency plans. 5. Ongoing monitoring and review. Risk registers, maintaining an up-to-date log of identified risks, their status, and mitigation actions. Regular reviews, conducting periodic risk reviews to reassess and update risk information. Risk audits, performing formal examinations of the effectiveness of risk management processes. Prioritization, prioritize risks based on their likelihood and impact, focusing on high-priority risks first. Mitigation plans, preventive measures, identify actions that can be taken to prevent risks from occurring in the first place. Contingency plans, develop contingency plans for high-impact risks to ensure a quick and effective response if they materialize. Risk reduction, implement measures to reduce the severity or likelihood of risks that cannot be entirely prevented. A comprehensive project plan is a detailed blueprint that outlines all aspects of a project, serving as a roadmap to guide the project from start to finish. In How Big Things Get Done, Bent Flyvbjerg and Dan Gardner emphasize the importance of creating a thorough and well-structured project plan. A work breakdown structure, WBS, is essential to develop a comprehensive project plan. It involves breaking down the project into smaller, manageable tasks and deliverables, facilitating better organization and control over each component. A WBS is often visualized in a tree-like structure, starting with the final deliverable at the top and breaking down into smaller tasks and subtasks. A WBS helps in identifying the specific resources needed for each task, ensuring efficient use of people, equipment, time, and materials. It serves as a communication tool, allowing team members and stakeholders to understand their responsibilities and the overall project scope. Budget, detailed budget outlining costs and financial resources required. Materials and equipment, list of necessary materials and equipment. Stakeholder engagement, identify stakeholders. Identify all stakeholders involved in or affected by the project. Stakeholder analysis, understand each stakeholder's interests, expectations, and level of influence. Communication plan, develop a plan for regular communication with stakeholders to keep them informed and engaged. Develop a quality management plan. Quality standards, define the quality standards and criteria for project deliverables. Quality control, establish procedures for regular quality checks and testing to ensure deliverables meet the required standards. Post-planning review, review and approval, conduct a thorough review of the project plan with key stakeholders and obtain necessary approvals. Adjustments, make any necessary adjustments to the plan based on feedback and new information. Efficient execution, once the planning is complete, move quickly to execute the project according to the plan. One of the real-life examples from How Big Things Get Done illustrates efficient execution in the context of the construction of the Sydney Opera House. Background: the Sydney Opera House is one of the most iconic buildings in the world, located in Sydney, Australia. It took 14 years to complete, from 1959 to 1973. Despite facing numerous challenges and delays, the project showcases principles of efficient execution, especially in the later stages of construction. The construction of the roof sails, a complex and unique design element, required innovative engineering solutions and the use of prefabricated concrete segments. This approach helped in managing the complexity and ensuring precision. The importance of resource management and leveraging diverse expertise. The project team employed a combination of local and international expertise to address the various challenges. Skilled craftsmen and engineers from around the world contributed to the project's success. The need for clear communication and stakeholder alignment. The project faced numerous setbacks, including changes in government and financial constraints. The team had to adapt their strategies and find new ways to fund and continue the construction. This involved renegotiating contracts and securing additional resources. The ability to adapt and find solutions in the face of adversity, particularly in addressing the technical challenges of the roof design. For example, they experimented with different materials and construction techniques until they found the best solutions. By studying such real-life examples, project managers can gain insights into the strategies and approaches that contribute to the successful execution of large projects. Decisive action. Make informed and timely decisions to keep the project on track. Addressing issues quickly minimizes their potential impact and prevents them from escalating. A real-world example. Decisive action in space exploration. Example, the Apollo 13 mission. During the mission, an oxygen tank explosion put the lives of the astronauts in jeopardy. The mission control team had to make quick, decisive actions to bring the astronauts back safely. Decisive actions. The team immediately worked on identifying the problem, developing a plan to use the lunar module as a lifeboat, and executing the plan with precision. This included making quick decisions on power usage, navigation, and life support systems. Outcome. The prompt and decisive actions taken by the mission control team resulted in the safe return of the astronauts, turning a potential disaster into a successful rescue mission. This demonstrated the importance of decisive action in critical situations. Agile management is a project management methodology that focuses on flexibility, collaboration, and customer satisfaction. It's designed to help teams deliver value quickly and adapt to changing requirements. Here are the key components and principles of Agile management. Key components of Agile management. Iterative process. Agile projects are divided into small, manageable units called iterations or sprints. Each iteration typically lasts 1 to 4 weeks and results in a potentially shippable product increment. Example, in software development, each sprint might involve developing a specific feature, testing it, and getting feedback. Customer collaboration. Agile emphasizes close collaboration with customers and stakeholders to ensure the project meets their needs and expectations. This involves regular communication and feedback loops. Example, holding regular review meetings with stakeholders to demonstrate progress and gather feedback. Cross-functional teams. Agile teams are typically cross-functional, meaning they include members with different skills and expertise. This promotes collaboration and ensures that the team can handle all aspects of the project. Example, a software development team might include developers, testers, designers, and product owners. Flexibility and adaptability. Agile is designed to be flexible and adaptable. Teams can quickly respond to changes in requirements or market conditions without significantly impacting the project. Example, if a new customer requirement arises, the team can adjust their priorities and incorporate the change in the next sprint. Continuous improvement. Agile encourages continuous improvement through regular reflection and feedback. Teams hold retrospective meetings at the end of each iteration to discuss what went well and what can be improved. Example, after each sprint, the team discusses any challenges they faced and identifies ways to enhance their processes. By thinking slow and acting fast, project managers can minimize errors, reduce delays, and increase the chances of project success. This approach ensures that all potential challenges are addressed during the planning phase, allowing for smooth and efficient execution when it's time to act.